This is Euclid Book 5, proposition number 16. And we're going to do this. It says if four magnitudes are proportional, then they are also proportional alternately. Okay. Let A, B, C, and D be four proportional magnitudes so that A is to B as C is to D. Okay. A is to B as C is to D. Whoops. Wrong one. Sorry. Okay, let's go down here. Let's try this again. A is to B as C is to D. What we're going to try to prove is that A is to C as B is to D. A is to C as B is to D. Okay. We have to take equal multiples E and F of A and B. Okay, what does that mean? Well, we're going to make E a line 3 times longer than A. So you will find the length of A here, the length of A here, and the length of A here. Same thing with B. Okay, we have F here, and in this case I used 2 inches for A, 1 inch for B, 1 inch for C, and a ½ inch for D. Okay, so B here, F has 3 lengths of B because F is 3 inches long, and therefore there's one B here, another B here, and finally another B here. Okay, and we're to take other arbitrary equal multiples of G and H, which are of C and D. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to triple the length of C and call it G. So you have 1C here, 1C here, 1C here. And we're going to triple the length of D here, and we're going to make it H. So you're going to have a ½ inch here, a ½ inch here, and a ½ inch here, which is 3D. Okay, then it says, then, since E is the same multiple of A as F is of B, okay, E is 3A, F is 3B. And parts have the same ratio as their equal multiples, therefore A is to B as E is to F. Okay. Therefore, A is to B as E is to F. We can prove this by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 15. But A is to B as C is to D. Okay. We already established that A is to B as C is to D. They're both the same ratio. Okay. Therefore, C is to D also as E is to F. Because this is to this as this is to this, and this is to this as this is to this, then therefore this is to this as this is to this. The ratio between C and D is the same as the ratio between E and F. We've now established that. And we can use that by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 11. Again, since G and H are equal multiples of C and D, therefore C is to D as G is to H. Okay. C is to D as G is to H. Okay. These are in the same ratio. And we can say that by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 15. But C is to D as E is to F. Okay. C is to D as E is to F. We just proved that a minute ago. Therefore, as E is to F, so also is G as to H. So this here is in the same proportion as this here. E is to F as G is to H. And we can say that by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 11. But if four magnitudes are proportional and the first is greater than the third, then the second is also greater than the fourth, if equal, equal, if less, less. This is by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 14. Therefore, if E is in excess of G, F is also in excess of H. If they're equal, fine. If they're less, less. Okay? So in this case, since E is longer, okay, since E is longer than G, okay, obviously the 6-inch line is longer than this 3-inch line, okay, F is also going to be longer than H. And obviously a 3-inch line is definitely longer than a 1.5-inch line. Okay. Now E and F are equal multiples of A and B. We've already established that. E is an equal multiple of A, F is an equal multiple of B. And G and H are other arbitrary equal multiples of C and D. G and H are equal multiples of C and D. Already established that. Therefore, A is to C as B is to D. A is to C as B is to D, and we can say this by Euclid Book 5 definition number 5. Therefore, if 4 magnitudes are proportional, then they are also proportional alternately. And that is true. Okay? Alright. I will tell you more in the next video. Stay tuned.